Perfect, thank you, mate.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 school games here live from Loughborough University. 4 days of action across 10 sports, all live streamed for you on the Youth Sport Trust YouTube channel. I'm delighted to be taking you through the coverage of the hockey here on pitch number 2 as England White take on England Red in the girls Group A opening game. Boys and girls across the week are split into respective A and B groups of 3 teams, playing each other once before we head into the finals on Sunday. For the top team in each group will play against each other. I've just been handed the team sheets as well for this match. I'll slowly take you through those. The incredible venue here at Loughborough, multi-sport, nationally famous for the athletes it produces, and set up this week as if it were an Olympic village for these multi-sports taking part. In those 10 sports in total: athletics, BMX, cricket, cycling, hockey of course, laser run, netball, triathlon, wheelchair basketball and wheelchair tennis. BMX making its debut. So we go right through till Sunday across the 10 sports. The first multi-sport event of this scale for young athletes following the lifting of lockdown restrictions. However, this is still a safe and secure event. No spectators this week, but all being brought to you live on YouTube. Every single piece of action. The first hockey game of this tournament actually coming to a conclusion over on pitch number 1. That is England Red versus England Blue in the boys groups. 3:30 on pitch 1 is the girls, Wales versus England Blue. So a double header of girls hockey action for you if you want to take in both. As England White move the ball forward, just going out of play. For the 2021 games held here at Loughborough for the second time. Did so in 2016. 440 acre campus, that's right, 440 acres here in Leicestershire. Indoor and outdoor sports facilities. And overcast but dry here at Loughborough. And it's set to be the same kind of weather pattern for the next few days. Now I'm outside with plenty of paperwork which you might hear flapping about in the wind. So I'm most definitely hoping the rain holds off. My colleague Ian is going to take you through every bit of action on pitch 1 if you choose to do so. I'm going to be here for 4 days on pitch number 2. We're going to see every single team involved. Every team plays each other once. But on Sunday, Group A and B, those in 3rd place play each other, those in 2nd place play each other, and then the table leaders of the Groups A and B will face off to be 2021 school games champions in the boys and girls hockey. England Red sweeping out from the back. Being chased down, prevented, going out of play as well. Team manager for England White, Addy Kirsty, already giving instructions on the sidelines early on. To take you through the England white starting 11. Victoria Heath in goal. Katie Marden, captain Jenny Lyness, Lily Soki, Sophie Crispin, Elena Woodbridge-Harris, Amy Cradden, Eloise Ward, Connie Potts, Izzy Shelley and Lucy Day. And their coach Claire Rogers. Now, of course, we do have rolling substitutions going on throughout the game, unlimited substitutes to start the game for England white. Beth Dow-Biggin, Freya Killier, Scarlett Spavin, Emily Miskell, Georgia Ramshaw and Esme Hills. And an early goal then to kick things off for England Red. Try and get you the goal scorer very shortly. Less than 5 minutes into this opening quarter. If you're new to the game, there's going to be 4 quarters of 15 minutes. 10-minute break at half time and 2 minutes in between the second and fourth quarters. So early pressure from England Red. Just being kept in play on the back line. Now it's going to be a penalty corner for England Red. Big huddle on the edge of the D. Which movement off the training ground are we going to see for this penalty corner? Taken from the left-hand side. And here we go, in it comes. Shot taken only by the number 12, saved by the defender. Do not want to be 2-0 down this early on. So good defensive work on the goal line. You might be wondering how we have 3 England teams in total in this competition for boys and girls. The England white, the England red, the England blue. They are also joined by Scotland, Wales and Ulster. And the 3 England teams really chosen at random to some extent. Just a lot of England players available, so they split them into 3 teams. So there will be several teammates playing against each other throughout this 4-day competition. Know each other's ins and outs pretty well. All England quality youth players though, so should be lots of competitive matches. So England red again, more solid defensive work and quickly up the left hand side. There's Elena Woodbridge-Harris with the attempt to make it 2-0, which was stopped on the goal line. Amy Cradden with the hit in. Picked up by White. Long pass down the right hand side. This is going to be a good chance now down the right hand side for England white. Kept it in as well into the 25 across the middle. Nobody's there. Saved by the goalkeeper in the back of the net. And that is 1 apiece. Great work down the right channel from England white. Into the 25, into the D, a very acute angle. Got it across the goal cross though, in front of the goalkeeper. And knocked in the back of the goal. Only 8 minutes played in this game so far. we're set up already for a fair few goals. As I mentioned, these teams should be fairly equally matched. You can't anticipate too many winning scorelines by many goals, especially amongst the three England teams. They're coming together in the halfway line. Free hit England white. Flick over the top and returned by England red into the far corner, being chased down by Annabelle Davies-Roach. Picked up by England white. Dribbled 15 yards forward. Bit of obstruction, free hit. On comes Hermione Kay, and a second consecutive substitution. I'll try and keep you up to date with the subs as much as I can. Also comes Tanaka Jennings. England white again, down the right hand side where they were successful a few minutes ago.
Forehand, Gracie, forehand and out on forehand.
Into the box again, picked up. This time the pass across goal does not get through to a teammate, so Red can pick it up on their own back line, dribble forward. It's a nice pass as well. So I mentioned that games are going to be slightly different year to year with COVID precautions. Decisions made to ensure the event could take place for the young athletes, staff and contractors of course. To a liaison committee and relevant public health authorities has been taken extremely seriously. We have a chief medical officer for the event as well. England white moving forward. Great run from the number 18. Into the 25. Can't quite find a teammate. Defended well by Red. And that is lovely. Only goes to the white number 11. Into the 25 again. Looking for a short reverse sweep. Saved. Of course, a huge number of volunteers and organisations and supporters, sponsors help these huge events go ahead. Over the next hour or so, I try and give credit to as many as I can, so you know who is important, who is involved in staging this, making it successful. It's been a long time since the last one. A lot of work's gone into it. The school games, in fact, was established after London won the bid to host the 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games, demonstrating a legacy of the home games. It's evolved and adapted, been held all over the UK. Glasgow, Coventry, Bristol, Bath, Cardiff, Loughborough twice, London, Manchester. Big sweep from the left-hand side into the 25. Going to go right through to the goalkeeper. He flicks away and just out of my view, that small portion of the pitch. Relying on referees' hand signals. Nice holding up of the ball by Red on the far byline. And here come White again over the halfway line. Great ball through, just can't be picked up by the number 15. It's Eloise Ward who just couldn't pick it up outside the 25. What about a one-on-one with the keeper? Nicely played forward by Red, but a bit of confusion maybe there. Who was going to pick that one up? After those 2 goals in quick succession, pretty steady, pretty even between England white and England red. Less than 60 seconds now until the end of the first quarter. England red moving forward into the 23. Shot misses left hand side. Good chance. Eleanor Poppy Lawson with the shot. So less than 30 seconds. Can they make one more advance over the halfway line and up the pitch? That's beautiful by the number 8 for England white. 2 teammates in the D. Just flicks off the England red defender. And before the end of the quarter, so we won't see that corner. So a 2-minute break now for the teams to maybe have a bit of a drink, but a regroup, tactical discussion. Now we are talking about the history of this event, this competition. And since its inception in 2006, many of the athletes that have taken part over the years gone on to be extremely successful, including Olympic and Paralympic medal winners Adam Peaty, Dina Asher-Smith, Ellie Simmons, Hannah Cockcroft, Johnny Peacock, Matt Twitlock. All these well-known names.
Some really good stuff in there. Just 2 quick points. Love the height the forward line are providing. Height and then lead.
Which of these watching today and across the 10 events across the week
I reckon we've got a ball from half-back floating line.
will join those pantheon of great British sporting names?
Transition, we've got to know our role. Okay, there's moments, there's about 3-second turnover period where we have lost it and we're not quite sure. Remember forward line?
Again, if you're just joining us, every single sport, every event, every bit of action available on YouTube this week. On the Youth Sport Trust YouTube channel.
When you're playing in midfield, there's probably something gone wrong somewhere. Okay, so have a little shoulder check, communicate with Hermione at fullback. Subs have been told who's coming on and off. Yeah.
So conversations going on with both teams right in front of me.
The best shot Bella will ever hit.
One apiece through 15 minutes, 20 seconds left of this first break. And some gummy bears being handed out between the England red players. No funny protein shakes here, get that sugar in, get those E numbers in. So players are back out on the pitch and ready. Umpires also. And away we go. England and white to get this second quarter underway. Intercepted fairly quickly by red, but picked up again by white on the sideline. Clash of sticks and swept forward. Go down the right hand side. Oh, what a shot from distance, a swipe and a miss.
you win, Hermione! Oh, unlucky.
A free hit, England white. Just inside the 23.
Yeah, find someone, get Bella's holding third. If she comes in, can you just go with her there, Bella?
Moving towards the D, just intercepted outside. Good teamwork from the two England red players to dispossess, and then he can move the ball forward very quickly. Got a chance here as well, England red. With Poppy Beals. Ball forward, can't find a teammate. Flicked away by the goalkeeper. But still with red, retain their possession. Just move things around the back. Just reaches her teammate, Hermione Kay. And here they come again, England red. So a foul and a free hit, moves straight forward into the 25. Just can't grab on the end of that. The number 16, Poppy Beals. So red applying the pressure early in quarter two. Again, there's 4 matches of hockey today. 1 already completed on pitch number 1. You're with me on pitch 2. 3:30 is the second game on pitch 1. And then we're back here at 4:30 with the final game of the day. It'll be the same for Friday and Saturday, but on Sunday we enjoy 6 games, including the final for the boys and the girls. And the sun's coming out at Loughborough for the first time in a few hours. My goodness. Can actually see some shadows on the pitch. Lovely stuff. Big high flick over the top to the corner. Just can't get picked up by Beals. So a lot of play happening in the white half. Lots of pressure from England red. Oh, lob over the top. Again, picked up by red. Oh, intercepted. Clash there, but it will be a free hit, England white. No, free hit, England red. Just having a chat, the referee, with the number 4 England white captain, Jenny Linus. Ah, great bit of dribbling there for the number 9. Took it round 3, couldn't take it quite round the 4th. Chasing to get the ball back as well, nicely though. She does have it now, the number 4.
Come on, Bella, stick in, disrupt, good disruption, next layer of pressure.
Coach asking for some disruption and getting it as well. Out to the corner, can't take it round the first defender. Ball hits the foot, free hit, England red. Defensive work by dugouts. A couple of substitutions happening. Number 11 coming on for red, that's Molly Marshall. 7 and 11 for England white, Lily Soki and Georgia Ramshaw. What can they do to improve their team's quarter performance? Here comes Beals into the D. Just can't get her teammate into a comfortable position to shoot comfortably. Again towards goal, Beals. It's picked up by White and they can move it out their own D. Up to the 23. Just kept in as well. You get a movement down the right hand side. Decides to go through the centre. Picked up by 9. Clash again, free hit, England white. And they do try and move the ball around quickly, England white. They do seem much more keen of the two teams to flash the ball around. England red, on the other hand, gain possession, sit, think, wait, move the ball around amongst themselves, and then go forward. England white moving forward into the D, just held off outside. Loss of a shoe for England red, gives England white a chance. To the right hand side of the D, swept into the centre, can't get flicked towards between the sticks. Has to get the trainer back on, but makes a substitution so she can tie that lace a little bit tighter. Pass out from the goalkeeper, intercepted by the England white. Number 4, Jenny Lyons. Kept in beautifully along the touchline. Wins a hit in. Over the course of the 4 days, the Youth Sport Trust, a real focus this year on developing young people's mental and social well-being, in addition to preparing them for a sporting future. th year in total for the school games.
Can we solve this? Can we solve it?
Now White trying to find a way through. Just outside the 23. Now we go forward into the into the D, and again great work by England red to pick it up and move the ball away. Nice work from Tanaka Jennings. Gained 40 or 50 yards in that dribble, but intercepted. And it's England white's turn to move the ball forward. Just under 5 minutes left in this second quarter. A little bit more subdued than the first. Much more defensive quarter than the opening 15 minutes, which we saw a couple of quick goals, one apiece. Remains the scoreline. Bit of danger from Reading just outside their own D. Put themselves under pressure. There comes forward the number 8, saved. Going to be a second chance. Just about moved inside the D, but pushed away. Nice defending again from Red. Put themselves under pressure here.
Right, time to organise ourselves then, girls.
Just being asked to reorganise at the back. Those partners I was mentioning for this competition and for the entire event that help it run. We mentioned the Youth Sport Trust several times. Sport England, Sport Wales, Sport Northern Ireland and Sport Scotland all involved. Of course, the UK competition Great pass forward from England White. Nice turn around the defender as well into the D. Flipped away, and that is a cracking goal to make the score on England White 2, England Red 1. And it was the England White number 8, Scarlett Spavin, puts her team ahead. And she immediately comes off for the number 9 teammate Emily Meskel. Nice thing to do just before a substitution, put your team ahead. Lovely work as well, great team play. So one thing they've been struggling with in the second quarter, actually, struggling a few passes together. Did it beautifully and resulted in the third goal of the game. Less than 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Now the first 2 goals came in quick succession. Can England White hold on to this one? Lovely to go into half time with a lead. Definitely changes the tactics and coach talk.
Roll to be a 3, can we just get one filling in? Bobby Beals, can you fill in for a minute?
Can they possibly get a 2-goal lead into half time? Bit of a weak swipe into the D. Picked up by England Red. But again, White regained possession with the number 14 on the edge of the D. Dribbling it all the way around from right to left. Just about makes it inside. Well, England Red can pick it up and provide some safety and a little bit of a breather. So England White now just at the back there, taking their time, which they've not done too much of, but the pass forward out of play for a red hit in. Taken by the number 4, Sophia Bashir. And again the sun shines, and it is shining on England White. Dribble forward quickly from the free hit, very nice indeed, taken to the ground. And that is going to be an England White penalty corner with 56 seconds left on the clock until our 10-minute half-time break. Yeah, penalty corner, safety equipment being adorned by England Red. Can they take a 2-goal advantage into half-time? Let's see. Oh, a double pass before the strike, and it's taken away by Red. No fruition, but still with White, still dangerous position. And a second penalty corner in succession. Now down to 42 seconds on. Will we see the same? Going to be coming in by Esme Hills, England White number 14. Let's have a look. Something different or the same again? Slightly different out to the left-hand side this time. Not the strongest of attempts towards goal. And it's all cleaned up by England Red. Pressure's off. They can move forward now. Down the right. 30 seconds left until half-time. Can they draw things level and tie things up for the second time in the game? Just a little too long. Chase that one all the way down. And England White just happy to hang on for the last few seconds before we hear the half-time whistle. And there we go, there's your half-time hooter. It is England White 2, England Red 1. Scarlett Spavin, the young lady, to put her team ahead going into the break.
To be fair, there's going to be ice here because England were, but I'll just go and have a little wander and see.
30 more minutes of hockey action to come on pitch number 2 here at Loughborough. We'll be back shortly.
Get water on board. Get water on board.
No, doesn't matter. No, it's 25 yards. That's the only reason it is. Yep. Couple other things. When they throw an area.
Should we bring our water and scale over and throw it down the sideline?
Okay. What was that? I published it. Still got it, and then the umpire blew in your face. The receiver has to be given a 5-metre tube around them. Okay? And if somebody gets into that 5-metre tube before they've had the chance to control the person coming in. And then, so, let's say it's coming to me, some of our coaches on me, because they want the ball, and the umpire spots it, it's foul, I get stomach. And the side bits are sometimes called channels, so you know, down the right channel.
Yeah, same as football.
Same as football,
yeah.
Anything else that you thought? Oh, you don't think you lose But it's also nice when people say come and ask. Transition, do you not transition?
Like a change of tackle, a change of play.
It's when it goes from attack to defense to defense to attack. As in training. I've no idea what you're but the guy who's looking after you is behind you. Absolutely.
Hi everyone, my name is Nicola Minicello and I am a former bobsleigh athlete from Great Britain.
My name is Jenna Downing. I'm a former world champion inline skater, 10 times British champion.
Hi, my name is Tom Davis. I'm a former GB judo athlete and an athlete mentor.
For me, it was always crucial to maintain a work-life balance. I always studied, concentrated to career, university.
Happy to take masters with me around that.
Also tried to get involved in a range of sports outside of my sport. That just helped me, my identity, and just helped me with a life outside of sport, develop myself and maintain my well-being.
I think the only thing is when
It's always good to have
obviously got legs
me,
on when they're running it.
transition
It's keeping that structure in the middle for us.
going to school, full time essentially. One job for the next.
Yes.
Just to make your life that a little bit more
When it
manageable.
goes down to 1 minute though,
Being aware of these transitions and being ready for them in the best place.
is the ball hard to see on a trip?
Amazing. For me, work-life balance has been crucial. So when I was an athlete, I always worked full-time, studied, did something. I actually think I was a better athlete because I always created balance. Only focusing on one thing leaves you really vulnerable and susceptible. If you have an injury, if you have a bad day, if you have something that's not quite right, it can be really, really difficult. Focusing on keeping balance, having lots of different interests, makes you a well-rounded athlete.
Tough. It is tough to experience loss or failure, but I think it's important that we can learn from our mistakes, learn from those failures and setbacks, adapt and overcome, and use those failures to help us to grow stronger and to become better as people and as athletes. So don't be scared to get that last place, to experience that setback, that tough time. We all go through them. Use these tough times to enable you to move forward and become a better, stronger person.
So necessity. But for me also than that, when you get older, I realised that it was a real added benefit. So chose. Also didn't have to go to college and eventually university. A real big benefit to work alongside my school. Left me in a better place when I was transitioned out into what I call the real world.
So almost ready to get back underway. 20 seconds left officially of the break. It is England white 2, England red 1. 30 minutes of hockey to come. And red get us back underway. If you're just joining us, welcome to Loughborough, the 2021 school games. Going to be a very busy 4 days. If you like your sport, you like your youth sport, you're going to be absolutely spoilt. 10 sports, every single one, every single game, all being streamed live on the Youth Sport Trust YouTube channels. And available to watch afterwards as well, because a couple of the hockey games, even today, are overlapping ever so slightly. 2 hockey pitches here at Loughborough being used. Pitch 1 next game starts at 3:30, which will just cover the tail end of our opening game here on pitch number 2. 4 more games tomorrow, 4 on Saturday, 6 on Sunday. And all of this after the Olympic and Paralympic Games as well. It's a summer of sport. And haven't we missed it? 18 months since we've had competitions like this. No spectators here at the venue this week. Still under some level of COVID restrictions, keeping everybody safe. But you're not going to miss a second of it, so stick with us. With England white. In control of the game at the moment. Discussions at half-time about improving transitions as they move from defence to attack. Two very different quarters we've seen so far in this game. The first, maybe the excitement of it all. Hang on a second, England White in a dangerous position here, and then it's a goal as well. My goodness me. 2.5 minutes into quarter three, and it is goal number 3 for England White. And a couple of dropped heads. The England red team. Stem this short flow of goals by England White. Their second game in the second half of the second quarter. Next goal is huge, a 3-goal advantage. It's a real mountain to climb. But they can get back on track and get it back to a 1-goal disadvantage. That is game on. And England White finding their confidence in quarter 2. It was a real red charge for the first 8 or 10 minutes. Really in control before number 8 Scarlett Spavin's goal to take the lead. I'm going to try and get you the goal scorer for that goal number 3 as soon as I can. But England White in control. I did mention in the second quarter about a few partners and sponsors that really get this event going and make it safe and make it the event it is, like a mini Olympics for these youth players. All the venues in one location, all staying in the halls of residence and locally as well, setting them up for those big futures. A chance now for England Red to reduce the deficit. White pick it up. Clash of sticks again. Free hit England White. Big pass out to the left hand side. A space down the left hand channel. Intercepted. That was an important one by Katie Day. It is a foul and still space on the left hand side. They choose to go down the right, where there are red shirts. That's a red shirt that flicks it out of play for a White hit in. Passed in nicely. Now into the D. Along the byline, flicked into the centre. And it's another goal for England White. This is a dominant quarter. 3-goal advantage. There's 2 goals in the opening 5 minutes of quarter number 3, and a big change of personnel for England Red. 3 substitutions coming off. Tactically, what changes can they make? Surely any more would be too much. Be curtains. Aerial ball over the top to get it away from their own final third. England Red can't quite be held in the boundaries of the pitch. So those partners again: the Youth Sport Trust, Sport England, Sport Wales, Sport Northern Ireland and Sport Scotland. All of these partners making this event go ahead. Department of Culture, Media and Sport, Change for Life, the Department for Education, British Paralympic Association and the British Olympic Association. All those teams and departments and groups coming together to put this event on. And an army of volunteers here at Loughborough. And we're all very, very grateful for the contributions by every single party. Lovely defensive work but it is a penalty corner for England Red. Mighty me how they'd like a goal here. What can they do? 3 goals down early on in quarter number 3. Plenty of conversations taking place. Looks like a decision has been made on how they're going to play this one. Still plenty of time in the match, of course, over, well, almost 25 minutes. Not unthinkable by any stretch of the imagination that can get 3 back, but the sooner the better. Here's the first chance. To the right-hand side, trying to be flicking in again. 4th opportunity, no, 2nd consecutive penalty corner. So the movement from the left-hand side of the D to a very tight angle on the right. Try to pass it back in to a more central position. 2nd penalty corner incurred. Here we go, chance number 2. In it comes. Edge of the D. See what they're trying to do. Out of play. Trying to take it back to the number 9 to a shot from the left-hand side. That's Hermione Kay.
Just react, girls, react. Fill in early. It's given, girls. Let's react. High player, high player, high player.
So a bit of confusion there between the two teams of what was given.
What's our role here?
We're back with White
Stick in if we can.
on their defensive line.
That's a good ball win. There we go. Nice.
Free hit, England Red. Spent a few minutes in the England White half now. That'll please the coaches and make the players a bit comfortable as well. Just sort of dominating possession the last few minutes. 2 penalty corners. None converted, but they are controlling the play. And out come England White. Just 1 player upfield for England White against 3 red shirts. So they just sort of hold the ball on the halfway line. And now there's space. Down the right, where they did quite nicely in quarter 1. Down that right-hand channel, England White. They're being held against the corner. Great bit of dribbling round 2 players. Can't quite get it around the 3rd. And Red pick it up. Now there's some amazing facts that I'm going to bring you shortly about this, not just the hockey, the entire competition, the entire school games. Just make for a very interesting reading, and I hope listening to as well. Just shows the size of the competition, what it's done for British youth sport, what it continues to do, and just grows and grows. This is the first year that every single bit of sporting action has been available live. So soak up as much as you can, because it just gets bigger and better every single year. We've mentioned already the athletes that have taken part historically in these games. A bit of a descent there by England Red. She knew she'd made the foul, the number 15, but continued to sort of swipe the ball somewhere in the direction of the goal, and the referee just a little chat. Just leave the ball where it is, please. It's a few seconds after the whistle as well. It's nothing given, no green card given. Here we go, Red again into the D, but immediately foul and White free hit. We've got 4-on-4 in the White half. Here they come. Can it possibly be? On the break it is. Oh my goodness. Now has that been given by the referee? I didn't see the hand signal. Yes, I believe it has. Wow, that is 5-1. Completely against the run of play. My, that'll be a real blow to England Red. controlled the game for the last 6 or 7 minutes since the 4th goal for England White. And pretty much the first chance England White get on the break, it's in the back of the goal again. Relentless in that red D. And a real mountain to climb now. Not just in terms of the scoreline, but in terms of their mentality and positivity and keeping their heads up and believing they're still in this game. And the scoreline is suggesting otherwise. I made a mistake at the start of this commentary. I said I doubt there'll be many victories by large margins. Reason being, these 3 England teams, the red, white and the blue in this competition, all picked at random from England quality younger players. So just didn't anticipate a scoreline. Game's not over yet, of course. It could end 6-5 to England red, who knows? But didn't anticipate a scoreline like this early on in a game, let alone the competition. And England White still with the ball forward, back into their own half. And I like that. I like it when they move it back into their own half. It's just controlling things. They're happy with where they are. Happy, of course, with the scoreline. Comfortable on the break and just holding the ball in their own back 3. They've soaked up pressure. They've dealt with it. They've cleaned up, moved forward, and they look dangerous every time they're up there as well. What can England red do? What can they try next? England White across the D, flicked away by the goalkeeper. There'll be a hit from the 23. Finding a little bit of space out on the left. Here's half a chance for England red. Number 12 right up the pitch. Can she find the number 16 first? Though she can. There we go, down the left hand side. Just 1 red shirt in the D against 3 whites. Got the numerical disadvantage, but makes it in. Intercepted by White. And not enough red shirts to apply any pressure to regain that possession. It is still England White 5, England red 1. 1.5 minutes left of this 3rd quarter. 3-0 to England White in this quarter alone. England red making space out on the right, bring it into the centre. They need something to happen, they need a little bit of magic. Pass into the D. They just can't grab it, can they? Trying desperately hard to make something happen. They try again. Intercepted, hit away. That was a lucky chance there, but pushed away nicely by the goalkeeper. That was a good save, that one. Half a chance from just inside the semicircle. A hit from the 23 for England red. 45 seconds on the clock. Could be an important one. Four goals down, just over 15 minutes to play. Another break very shortly, 30 seconds then. Be a big boost if they can get 1 back now. Free hit near the corner. Just so many white shirts in the way between the ball and the goalkeeper. Get a little bit messy in there. It will be a free hit, England white. And there we go. 3-0 in quarter number 3. 5-1 the scoreline with 15 minutes of hockey to play. Now, what do you say now if you're the England Red coach? Being told to grab their water, get some fluid on board. Got a big 15 minutes coming up. Gummy bears have been substituted out, and licorice all sorts are in now. Maybe a nutritional change is going to affect their fortunes. Now we just can't quite. I'm going to try and listen in. I'm going to try and listen in to the Red coach's conversation.
Where are you being off to?
Where am I going off to? Wheelchair basketball.
Oh, right. So what do you want me to say?
Too many conversations going around to just hear the Red coach. Players listening intently though.
Well, I won't be back.
They'll still believe they can do something. Probably to get a very quick goal in this fourth quarter. England white to my left hand side, looking a little bit more casual about things. England red looking pumped up, ready to go. Coach with the playmaking board. A couple of scribbles on there in blue pen. What do they say? Well, we don't know what they say, but we might find out if they've worked in less than 10 seconds time. That's what's on the board. Counting down, England white still in their huddle. Here they come now. So they don't need to do too much, England white, just hold on. They can defend, pass the ball amongst themselves. And they get us back underway, England white. 5-1 the scoreline to white. 15 minutes of hockey left to play in our first game here on pitch number 2. We'll have another game on pitch number 2 at 4:30. And in 10 minutes there's another game starting on pitch number 1 as well, but I wouldn't go anywhere. Far too many goals already in this game. You don't want to miss a thing. England white already applying pressure. And we have our first card of the game. It's a green card. And that will be a 2-minute sin bin. That is not what England red need. It's a penalty corner conceded as well. It's number 4 for England red, Sophia Bashir. So a one-woman disadvantage. Penalty corner conceded. 4 goals down. This final quarter hasn't started the way they would have liked. And pushed away by the goalkeeper. Nice move on the penalty corner though. Nice little slide pass out to the right hand side. Will be a hit from the 23 to get us back underway. Still dangerous position for England red. They want to get this away as soon as possible. And they do so on their own 23. Plenty of white pressure. And England white still looking for goals. And plenty of time on the ball near the halfway line. And pass from distance goes all the way through and out of play. Now, I did mention those stats, didn't I? I will get through those in this quarter, I promise, because they're pretty good fun and eye-openers if you're new to the school games. And just to give you an idea of the size and the history of the event, 16th edition this year, and it has made or contributed to at least some British sporting superstars, and no doubt this year's alumni will one day be added to that list. And this year alone, 1,300 school-age athletes from all corners of the UK competing at Loughborough in the school games. Also a couple of venues in Manchester and Derby. And by the end of this weekend, 21,900 young athletes will have competed at the school games since its inception in 2006. Just ginormous numbers. Every year bigger and better. This year probably the most different. But equally, maybe the most important. Real focus on athlete mental and physical well-being like there's never been before. That element of importance in the game and the competition continues to grow. When England white move forward down the left. No reduction in tempo in this final quarter from either team. Now we talk about the athletes quite a lot, also the people behind the scenes, the school games organisers. 450 of those who work across the country to support schools in their local area. Absolutely pivotal. When we're watching on YouTube and the live streams, or those years that we can be here in person, of course all the focus is on the young athletes and those taking part. But it doesn't happen without those school games organisers. So a huge thanks to them. They can be very proud every time the match starts and their teams are involved, or anyone that's contributed in that fashion. Make sure you have a look at the school games website as well. Had over 250,000 views in the last year. It's a great area for resource and facts as well. You can learn a lot. Tells you about every single sport going on. 10 sports in total across the 4 days. Great facts and information on every single one of them, including the hockey. If you want to know how each competition is run, how they score, the formats, a little bit of a basic rules rundown as well, have a little look. Oh, lovely interception from England red. Now they've got a chance to move forward again, just taken away by white. Stick on the floor, bit of a tangle just inside the 23, and it will be a free hit white. Our sin bin player has recently come back onto the pitch, so we are back up to 11 v 11. Now I'm sure you've been watching so far the Olympic Games and Paralympic Games, still going on of course. I'll tell you, come back to that in a second, because England red moving forward. Here's a chance to make it 5-2. Can take it around the goalkeeper? No, they can't. Lovely work from the white goalkeeper. Wouldn't go as far as say he's keeping her team in it, because there are 4 goals to the good. But they wouldn't want to reduce that margin by any means necessary. Lovely interception again by Red. Got their tails back up, England Red. Towards the centre circle, clash. Advantage played. And England White just put it away. Get another little breather. Under a bit of more pressure than they've been over the last 20-30 minutes now. But soaking it up well. 7.5 minutes to go in this final quarter. Now, I mentioned the Olympics. And would you believe 75 athletes from the Team GB at the recent Olympics and Paralympics have competed at the school games national finals. So the pedigree here is quite clear for everyone to see. Lovely knowing as a young athlete taking part that, you know, I'm in the right place, I'm doing the right thing. If I'm here, I can make it. So England White for the first time really just sort of struggling to get into the red. That's a lovely pass forward. One-on-one now going to be with the goalkeeper. Into the D. Can she take it round? Bit of a delay. Keeper on the floor. And it's picked away by White. Frustration there on the face of Poppy Beals. Really good chance with not long left in this game. And we do have a penalty corner for England Red. You'd think to have any chance, this one's got to be converted. It's getting very late in the day. And even to reduce the goal deficit might be important, because when the tables are finalised on Saturday afternoon, you never know, could be key to deciding which match they are in on Sunday. Just over 6 minutes left, final quarter. 5-1 England White. Here we go. What can they do? It's Beals takes a shot. Nice work from the goalkeeper. Held on the ground. Second penalty corner. Another chance. Beals again. This time intercepted by a defender. Goalkeeper on the ground. Ball still in play. Bit untidy. And it will be a free hit England White. Good work there by the White number 1, Lottie Wakeham Dawson. Couple of rolling substitutions taking place to my left hand side. Just out of shot. Nice little bit of dribbling, little jink over the top. Take it around the number 11. Reds. Bit of teamwork to try and claw the ball back on the halfway line. But England White move forward into the D, and it is flicked towards goal. But, not a goal for England White. Aerial pass over the top, up over the halfway line. A later just run out of play. England White, although just under 5 minutes left, they'll be happy to just see each second tick away. Bit more keen on the England Red side of things to take everything as quickly as they possibly can. That was nearly a really nice pass down that right channel. Just being held in the corner by England White, and the clock ticks and ticks and ticks. And a free hit for England Red. Again, they don't need to any kind of goal to encourage them into that second game for them tomorrow. But England white being chased down towards the corner flag, just out of reach from the number 7, Lily Selke. The school games during the 2018-19 year provided 4.7 million participation opportunities for young people. And that is goal number 6 for England white. And that is signed, sealed, delivered with 3.5 minutes to play. As if it wasn't already, just turning the screw on England red. But still they run forward. Quite admirable. Still keen to move it up the field. There's no way athletes of this calibre are ever going to give up on anything, despite the scoreline. Oh, great dribble around the attacking player. Takes it around 2, 3 into the 23 and into the D and misses just right. Lovely bit of play though. Coach will be happy. There's England red right through the, well, from the defence through the midfield and right to the forwards. They've been gifted a hit in just shy of the white 23. Nice little pass onto the edge of the D. Kept away by white. They cleaned things up again. Done that so well this afternoon. A nice bit of dribbling, sir. Just couldn't take it round the number 13. Just a bit of a foul from the number 13. Pass just a little bit high into the danger zone of the number 9. And into the final 2 minutes then. 6-1 England white. Dominant performance. They'll be keen not to concede again, because that is going to be a scoreline. Going to strike fear into the rest of the teams in this group and the opposing. England red again, still really chasing things down hard. Kudos to Molly Marshall. Last moments of the game, 5 goals adrift, but still chasing hard. And that's why these players are here. That's the attributes and the skill and confidence they have in their own abilities. Chance for Beals, shot from distance, misses right hand side, just didn't really make contact with that one. A swipe in the air. And we have less than 20 seconds to go here on pitch number 2 at Loughborough. And Holly Beals catch, oh, knocks it in the back of the goal! Lovely stuff from Poppy Beals. Makes the scoreline a slightly bit more palatable for England red. Although they've been on the back foot the majority of this game, that's a really lovely way to finish things off. Not the scoreline they'll want, but you know what that goal can do in terms of confidence going into the next game. And they finish on a little high, England red, but ultimately this is a match all about England white. 6 goals to 2, the final score here on pitch number 2. And as I mentioned at the top of the commentary, every bit of sport over these 4 days available to you. on pitch number 1 here at Loughborough in the hockey tournament. There is another game taking place at the moment, so if you just can't get enough of youth hockey, switch over to pitch number 1's YouTube channel. And if you come back here at 4:15, we have our second and final game of the day on pitch 2 and 4th in total here on the first day of the 2021 school games at Loughborough University. Final score here in our opening game is England White 6, England Red 2.
My name's Louise Hunt and I'm a Paralympic wheelchair tennis player.
I'm Rachel Mackenzie, World Thai Boxing Champion, British Boxing Champion and England boxer.
My name's Jenny Warburg. I'm a former GB badminton player. I've been lucky enough to travel around the world competing at a sport I love.
I've been an athlete mentor for the Youth Sport Trust for many years now and I'm super excited to be a part of the School Games National Finals.
I set up a community interest company which is called the Now Project, which stands for No Opportunities Wasted. It's something that every day I hope inspires people and also makes them feel like they can get the very best out of themselves.
I was able to sort of share that women can do the same things as men across some of those kind of national media platforms, really.
I also think social media is really important and I really work hard to portray a really positive image of disability and that it can be a great thing in your life and not necessarily a barrier or something that has to hold you back. So I would say that my biggest achievement outside of sport has to be the work I do in terms of breaking down barriers and changing stereotypes and just trying to make a difference to how the world sees people with disabilities. It really doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is, what you may feel is holding you back. Actually, you can use those things to your advantage and achieve whatever you want to achieve.
I was really lucky to compete against one of my role models, a girl called Ilonka Elmont. And it wasn't that she was the world champion, it's that she conducted herself, win or lose, with such grace. Her sporting prowess was really kind of even less impressive than her ability to raise everybody around her.
For me, my biggest role model actually wasn't in sport, it was actually my grandpa. He is somebody that came from nowhere. He had a lot of things against him in life, but he achieved so much and he set so many goals for himself, big and small, and he actually achieved every single goal he ever set himself. To kind of make a point of things that really matter to you and really help change the world, I think is really important. So I think you can certainly use your role in elite sport to make a difference to different causes, you know, all over the world.
I think we're able to use our knowledge and our past experiences to guide the younger generation and hopefully give them the advice they need to be as successful as they can possibly be.
You know, people are going to disagree with you, they're going to care about different things, but that's okay, just remain true to the things that you care about.
So I would never share anything that I felt didn't fit with my values and the values that I'm hoping to inspire across all of the young people that I work with.
For me, I try to use my social media platform positively as I possibly can. I hope to influence people to do really positive things around the world, using it for good and giving us a chance to think in a really great way rather than focusing on the negatives and using it for a massively positive platform.
I think social media is really, really important and it's something that I personally use a lot and I like to use it as a platform to really show kind of the positive things in my life and promote what I do, and hopefully people can use that as somewhere to go and to look and see that actually disability or not, adversities or not, you really can achieve what you want to achieve.
2021 school games here live from Loughborough University. 4 days of action across 10 sports, including of course the hockey. And you join us here on pitch 2 for our second game of the afternoon. Already been 2 games on pitch number 1, so this is our 4th and final game of the opening day. England White taking on Wales. Already seen one cracking game on this pitch earlier this afternoon. When in the girls' competition, England White beat England Red by 6 goals to 2. We were entertained by 8 goals over the hour of hockey. And now we turn our attention to the men's game. This is England White versus Wales in the boys' Group B. Boys and girls across the week are respectively split into 2 groups of 3. This is your first game of the week, and there's also an England Red, an England Blue, a Scotland and an Ulster. So 6 teams for the boys, 6 for the girls. And after they've played each other once in their respective groups of 3 over Thursday, Friday, Saturday, on Sunday we have the finals. And 2 teams in 2nd place in each group play each other. 2 games in 3rd play each other, and then whoever tops their groups will play each other to be the 2021 School Games champions. The championship in its 16th edition. It's evolved, it's got bigger, better. I've got plenty of interesting stats and facts and information to bring you over the next hour. We'll squeeze it in wherever I can amongst the action. But I do thank you for joining us. My name's Ewan. I'm going to be on pitch 2 all week, in fact. So every game on pitch 2, tell it's pitch 2 by the YouTube channel or the fact that it's green. Pitch 1 is our blue watered pitch. And my colleague Ian is calling the action on every game over on pitch number 1. But we are here at Loughborough. Absolutely incredible venue. 440-acre campus in Leicestershire. Indoor and outdoor sports venues. Well-renowned, world-renowned sporting university. A huge number of British athlete alumni stem from the Loughborough University system. And it's an honour, I'm sure, for all those taking part across the 10 sports in the 2021 games to take part in sport right here, where so many of their heroes have before them. Those 10 sports taking part across the 4 days is athletics, BMX, cricket, cycling, hockey of course, the laser run, netball, triathlon, wheelchair basketball and the wheelchair tennis. Every single sport and every bit of action is available to you to be streamed live on the Youth Sport Trust YouTube channel. So you don't have to miss anything, and it just gets busier and busier over the next 3 days. This day is the quietest day, in fact, of the 3. Only the hockey, a bit of triathlon and aquathlon going on this afternoon and into this evening. And then every other sport kicks off tomorrow. Got 4 games of hockey per day, today, tomorrow and Saturday. Then 6 games on the final day on Sunday across the 2 pitches. So if you like your youth hockey, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot of it for you. Now, unfortunately, the only thing we can't offer at this year's championships is spectators. Is still under a level of COVID restrictions. Hence why everything's available for you to watch online at your leisure. Don't have to leave your living room. So we've got 4 quarters of 15 minutes in this match. Rolling substitutions, already substitutions taking place. I'll keep you up to date with as many of those as I possibly can. A very overcast day here. The first game early this afternoon at 2:15. The sun did break through a couple of times. I saw my own shadow, I think 3 times, which was lovely. But winds picked up slightly, overcast sky, but thankfully perfectly dry and should be for the rest of the week as well. So Wales, of course, in the red and green kit with black shorts. England white, wearing all white. Even a red ribboning down the sides of the shirts. No real favourites in any of these games. All of these players that you see are qualified to represent the country at youth level. You will notice there are 3 England teams for the boys and the girls. That's the England red, England white and England blue. Can't really separate them, to be perfectly honest. All equal quality players, and pretty much picked at random whether you play for the red, white or blue if you are an England player. So we should see, I say we should see, some fairly tight matches. Not so earlier on today, the 6-2 of England white versus England red came as a bit of a surprise. So most of this early few minutes taking part in the Welsh half. So no major action of note so far, just building into this. This is their first game, just sort of going to be building into the competition. They're guaranteed 3 games each. Nice little 3D touches there from the England white forward. Trying to find some space, England white. Oh, lovely little flick there for the number 13. Not got a team sheet yet for this match, so I'll just be going by numbers until that falls into my hand. This 2021 Games, the first national multi-sport event for talented young people in the UK since lockdown restrictions started easing. So the first real opportunity to show a level of skill at such an exposed event. School sport back underway in the UK over the last 6 months or so. We have been able to see a fair bit of live sport. I hope you have too. Of course not this weekend, just too many people here, too much going on to allow spectators in this week. The school games have tried to make this event, the 16th running, the safest of any before. Also included in that is the athletes' mental and physical well-being, looking after them, and this venue where we are, Loughborough University, it's been set up like a mini Olympic village. So all the athletes here from all the sports, and that is just fantastic for young British athletes to get that exposure, feel that pressure, that excitement, and hopefully further in their careers as they develop, they'll experience that at an Olympic or Paralympic level, and this will help. You don't get this in every country. We're very lucky. Well, the athletes are lucky. Not me. Far too old, unfortunately. My time has passed. But it's a pleasure to watch and see the next crop of talent coming through on the British scene. The alumni from the school games, I'll mention that in a bit more detail later. But the names that have taken part in this event in the past, they are household names, superstars, start here. So Wales now moving forward, their first real chance moving forward. It's been a lot of England wide, but into the D. Can't get a shot away on target. Defended into the corner. So already 10 minutes through this opening quarter. No major chances of note. No penalty corners. Pretty, fairly steady, subdued start. Now, of course, these teams have come together at short notice. They'll know each other, a lot of these players, from their counties, their teams, but these teams are sort of pulled together from a big pool of England quality, especially the England red, blue and whites. Going to be several times when players are playing against each other where they formerly played with each other. So some interesting matchups there. And, England still, if there was a driving seat in this one, I think England white in that position at the moment, but nothing to show for it from either side. Wales in their defensive line is going to knock it around a bit, just hold the ball. It's definitely been England's possession so far. Find a gap on either channel. No rush, no pressure to move the ball forward too quickly. A long time to go in this game. We saw this morning just a couple of cagey goals early on before England white turned it on with about 20 minutes to go and ramped up the score to 6-1 before there was a second consolation of sorts from England red. With about 10 seconds to go, they made it 6-2. So ended the game on a bit of a high, but not the result they of course wanted. Now Wales now just holding the ball up really, really nicely. 10 or 20 passes just amongst the back three. And a bit of a squeeze up the right-hand channel. And then it's picked away. And that's a nice ball through for England in the number 8. Got a couple of teammates in the deep. Going to have a shot away, just about does, clash of sticks, and that is a first penalty corner, goes the way of England white. And here's our first real chance of the game, with just 2.5 minutes left on the clock in the first quarter. Clock of course stops whenever there is a penalty corner, and 40 seconds just for those players defending to get their safety equipment on. And in fact, the safety equipment not in position for Wales. It's been brought on now, been carried over in a bag for life. And funnily enough, ironically, holds equipment that might not quite save your life, but make it a bit more comfortable if there's an impact in a difficult position. So that equipment going on now. Bag for life is going for a walk. It's going. Staying off the pitch, thankfully. Not going to make a nuisance of itself. And after a bit of a delay, we're ready to go. So, chance England, penalty corner from the left-hand side. In it comes. All went for the back sweeping shot. Missed with a swipe. And all that came to nothing. Aerial pass right down the right-hand touchline. Nice little dribble to get around the first defender. Can't take it around the second. Shielding right in the corner now. And there's going to be a free hit, or a hit in for England. A substitution taking place. Still not got a team sheet, unfortunately, so I can only go by the shirt numbers. Hopefully try and get one at the end of this quarter. I'm going to run over to the little scorer's hut, see if I can grab one. I'm sure if you have family and friends watching, you want to hear those family members and friends' names read out, especially if they're scoring goals. So here come England white down the right-hand side. Play it back along the defensive line. Just looking for a gap, a little chink in the armour. Yeah. Not a cagey opening first quarter, but nobody can really make a mark on this game yet. A little bit of individual brilliance somewhere to sneak through. Under 1 minute now in quarter number one. Neither team willing to run the clock down at this early stage still. A swipe pass forward into the England D. Picked up though, and they can move it away. A little bit of comfort in that position. Just a foul there, was it a knock against the foot? Possibly, can't see at this tight angle. Shot from way out, pass from way out into the D. Goes through all his teammates, that is out of play. We've got 5 seconds left. Here comes the hooter for the end of quarter one. So no goals in our opening quarter. Oh, maybe a broken hooter there. It's very, very gentle indeed. Just a boop. But that is the end of the quarter. It's 0-0. I'm going to go and try and grab a team sheet.
Thank you.
Absolutely do my best to keep grabbing one. But until then, we get back underway with quarter number 2. Just a short 2-minute break between the quarters, 10 minutes at half time. And Wales get things hit back off. Now the school games as a competition established after London won the bid to host the 2012 Olympics back in 2006. My goodness me, a long time ago, wasn't it? It's to demonstrate the legacy of our home games. We keep hearing that word, don't we? Legacy of 2012. Well, we're looking at it right now, part of it. It's evolved and adapted this competition since its inception. Previously named as the UK School Games, but changed ever so slightly since then. It's been hosted, as well as Loughborough in 2016. This is the second time Loughborough hosted it. Also Glasgow, Coventry, Bristol, Bath, London, Manchester, Newcastle. Been all over the place. I doubt there's as good a venue as Loughborough though. Hence it's been here a couple of times. Especially, as we said, with that athletes' village type of atmosphere. The history, the alumni, the quality of the venue that everybody knows about. And a couple of those names that have taken part in the 2021, the previous school games. The likes of Adam Peaty, Dina Asher-Smith, Hannah Cockcroft, Ellie Simmons, Max Whitlock, Johnny Peacock. The school games was part of their progress. And these young athletes now can look up to them. If they're here, they were here, that means they're on the same path. 0-0 here on pitch number 2. Nothing to separate the two teams. England, in the first quarter at least, maybe the more aggressive, certainly more possession. But there's only one stat that matters in sport: goals scored. And they're tied at 0-0. No breakthroughs. If you're just joining us after watching the end of game number 2 on pitch number 1, we welcome you. You've been truly spoiled by youth hockey today. 3 more days of it as well. And I anticipate it only getting a little bit more exciting. Maybe a little bit of nerves and tension in the opening games. Certainly something you want on your CV, is to be a school games champion. So our first or second penalty corner, first for England of the game. Second for England, sorry. What can they do with this one? Now, if you are watching any of the live streams over the next 4 days, give us a like and show your support. Put a mention for any family and friends that you're watching in the chat boxes. Keep in touch, let us know how we're getting on. I hope you're enjoying it. Here comes England's second penalty corner. Oh, and it's missed on the edge of the D, unfortunately. Going to be dragged away still. In a dangerous position here, because a possible shot here for England. Swept in and saved. And it's another penalty corner, second consecutive for England. That one did not go as planned. Still gave them an opportunity to score, but not at the first swipe as they would have liked. Sort of lost it under the stick. Here we go again. Better this time. Oh, lovely save from the stick of the goalkeeper. Very nice indeed.
Jack.
There's a hit from the 23 for England. Oh, just been brought back a little bit too quick for the referee's liking. So we go again. Lovely pass forward from England. Trying to find a gap to work through. Down the right-hand channel is the one chosen. Swipe in, out of play. Going to be a Wales ball. But again, as we saw in quarter 1, it is England on the front foot. On comes number 5 for England. Number 10 going to be coming on as well. And a third player, just can't see the back of their shirt. And here out comes the sun. Here on pitch number 2. Around about 18 degrees, a little bit of breeze. Perfect hockey weather. Nice tackle and move forward from Wales down the left-hand channel. Distribution into the middle. Maybe pushed out to the right-hand side. Got a couple of options. No, goes back in fact. Then just trying to find a way through Wales. They've not managed it too many times. But we've already seen today goals scored on the break in the previous game. It can be deceiving. Somebody seems to be well on top and give them one chance. Can be taken, turn a game on its head. Got to make that possession and movement forward count for something. Attempts a little flick pass forward. And Wales now in rare territory, that final third. Dispossessed, whatever, several clashes, advantage played. And once again, into the Wales half England go. Attempts on the 1-2, the give and go. He's really back and forth stuff now. Nobody in charge. Taking advantage of little mistakes here and there. Just need a bit of magic from someone. That's kept in really nicely. Runs into the dugout. If you heard that clatter to the left-hand side, that's what it was. In the D now, shot from side. Oh, on the top of the crossbar, my goodness. Deflected outside the D. And almost runs out of play, kept in by England. That was the chance of the game so far. And it was for Wales against the run of play. England survive a scare. Now they just hold the ball on the black line, have a little breather. Might have come as a surprise, that shot. And now they are back where they want to be. Working their way towards the Wales goal. Into the centre circle, got a man in the middle. Now he runs out of play. That is a Wales ball. Now, big events like this don't organise themselves. So many people involved in getting this entire event up and running, especially in these circumstances we find ourselves in, still under a level of restrictions. So without saying that Youth Sport Trust massively involved in getting this one going. Alongside them, Sport England, Sport Wales, Sport Northern Ireland and Sport Scotland. Department for Culture, Media and Sport. Change for Life, Department of Education, the British Paralympic Association and the British Olympic Association, all playing their part in getting this event not just off the ground but on. It's quite simple, getting it on. It's been a long time, a lot of challenges to overcome, but here we are enjoying live sport again, live youth sport. It's the future of British athletics and sport in the country. Remember the names. Friday, Saturday and Sunday especially, you could probably watch sport absolutely non-stop from morning till evening without ever having to leave YouTube or your living room. So much going on. Shot from inside the D, just on the left-hand side post. Still lots of pressure now from England. And as I say, that is flicked away from Wales, and that is a nice first touch as well from Wales. A couple of teammates with him. Got a couple of options inside and right. Aerial pass over the top. It finds the England number 11. So 25 minutes played in this game so far. Nothing to separate the two teams on the score lines. A couple of substitutions for Wales coming up. Number 5 and 10 are going to be coming on by the looks of things. Lovely dribble from the England player. It's the number 12. Unfortunately, his layoff to his teammate. Couldn't quite eat that one in play, but it's that kind of little bits of magic that you want to see. That'll make something happen, especially if it's in that really attacking area. Put your opponents under pressure. Number 6 for Wales also coming on any moment.
Oh, Tom, I thought you were there.
Wales keeping the ball in, but you might have heard that shout. Sorry, Tom, I thought you were there. Just anticipating where his teammate might have been. But unfortunately, straight to a white shirt. So the volume of the players on the pitch notably increasing as we approach the latter stages of the second quarter. A bit more keen to get going, get the first score on the board. Great time to do it before half time as well. Changes the tactics and the team talk considerably. You can go in with an advantage. Here we go again, dangerous position. Just trying to flick it into that D, they do so, but nobody's there. Goes right across the goalkeeper's feet and out of play on the far side of the pitch. And in the distance outside the pitch, plenty more players from different sports arriving for the weekend. Going to be around 1,600 athletes here for the school games. And Loughborough, one of the very few places that can accommodate them all as well. A couple of minutes to go in the second quarter. 0-0. England on the front foot. Wales defending whenever they need to, cleaning up, tidying up, composed at the back, not allowing England's forward progress to break through the ranks. What can either team do with 2.5 minutes left to play before we go into the half-time break? Shot just scuffed a little bit. Here's a chance for England, still inside the D. Moves again, clash of sticks. Advantage played for Wales, pushed away, but then picked up again by England. Wales have not cleared this yet. On the ground trying to do so. And now they can, a third or fourth attempt just to keep the ball for a few moments. But it's picked up again by England. Free hit for Wales. A bit of a jab in there with the stick from the England forward, and picked up as a foul and aerial pass into England territory. Now Wales have gained about 65 yards from defending that goal, and now they find themselves being able to press forward over the 23 into the D, balls in the air. It's a free hit England, 90 seconds then. More substitutions, number 13 coming on for England in place of the number 5. Another chance for Wales before half time on the 23. Plenty of players forward, loads of white shirts in that box though. And England turn it around, and they've got 3-on-3 into the Wales half. Long ball forward, intercepted by the number 14. Critical stop. And now Wales have a chance to break. No, they very, very patient. No gap, no way forward. Now they go down the right hand side into the final minute. End to end and a swing and a miss. That's Wales picking up. This could be the last chance of the half. And Wales in acres of space. 20 seconds, because hold on to this ball and move it forward at the last moment. It's a weak pass from the number 3. Just didn't get his stick behind it. Looks like we're going to go to the half break at 0-0 unless something absolutely spectacular can happen right now. 3, 2, 1, and kicked away. Oh my goodness me, and there is the half-time hooter and whistle. Nearly action right at the end. but it will be half-time score 0-0. No official stats, but England marginally on top. Nothing to show for it. Great defensive work from Wales. A 10-minute break now at half-time. I'll come back to you before we kick off the third quarter. Half-time score, England 0, Wales 0. half this game played. 13 minutes of hockey to go. See if we can separate England white and Wales in the boys Group B. Other teams in the boys Group B is Ulster, and then in Group A you've got England red, England blue and Scotland. 2 groups of 3. Once they've played each other once, the top team in each group will play each other in the final on Sunday. Those in second place in their respective groups will play off for 3rd and 4th, and those at the bottom play off for 5th and 6th in the championship. And the sun has once again blessed us with its rays on pitch number 2. 4th and final game of the day. 4 more tomorrow, 4 on Saturday, and 6 hockey games on Sunday for you to enjoy. Book the sofa, book the office chair. You're not going to go anywhere if you're after some youth hockey. Just one of 10 sports taking place, a couple of others already underway. Check the YouTube channel. Anything that says live you can watch live in red. If it's live in black, it's just scheduled and waiting for you. Should have a start time on there as well. So nothing to separate these two in 30 minutes of hockey. I did say England marginally on top in the first 30, but nothing to show for it. Aerial pass over the top from Wales. Not had too many chances, just 3 penalty corners in the first half, all the way of England, 0 converted. (1,300 athletes from across the UK taking part in the 2021 school games, bringing the total involved since the competition's inception to just shy of 22,000. 22,000 youth athletes given a chance to play on a stage like this. Very vocal Wales team giving instructions, another aerial pass the entire width of the pitch. We'll find some space, move it back the way. Now we tend to focus on the athletes naturally when we're watching sport like this, but we can't forget those that get involved to make it happen for them on their behalf as well. They are our school games organisers. More than 450, get my words out, 450 school games organisers across the UK, organising the events in their local areas. We give a massive thanks to them. If you're a parent of, or a family member or friend of any of the athletes, always, if you ever can, pass on your thanks to them as well. It's a big job they play in getting the athletes here and ready, and these opportunities. Check out the school games website as well if you want any information on any of the 10 sports. I've used it myself for quite a fair bit recently, as have 250,000 people over the last year. It's a real hive of information on every sport. Some basic rules, but some stats and facts and how the competition runs respectively. At the competition, if it's any different from a standard or senior level sport. It's an interesting read. So Wales with some nice little bits of play early in the third quarter. There's a Wales ball. I think England thought that was theirs for a moment. Now, there's no spectators here allowed. However, with about over 1,000 athletes, naturally they're going to come and support their teammates. And on the bank behind the goal England are attacking, it does look like possibly the England white girls hockey team. So there are around about 15 spectators for this game. Big sweeping pass from left to right. A second attempted one to send it a long way forward as well towards the corner. Intercepted. England hit in though. Here they come towards the edge of the D. Into the centre circle. Moving it from side to side. And a shot. And there we go. First goal of the game is England white. And it is the number 7 for England who gets them off the mark. And you've got to say, if it was going to go one way, it probably was going to go the way of England. They have been the better team, the more opportunities, the penalty corners. That is 6.5 minutes into this third quarter, and the deadlock is broken, and they're quickly charging down the Wales end again. That is kept in really nicely from Wales. 3 players circumnavigated, then the ball moves across the pitch. So real team effort to move the ball away from their own D and deep into the England half. Does go out of play for a it's a free hit for England, not a hit in. So what do Wales do now? Because they've defended well, they've soaked up all the pressure, and finally they've been breached. Do they become more aggressive, stick to the same? Their coach will have one more opportunity for a tactical team talk, a very short one at the end of the third quarter. So that's still 7.5 minutes away. A lot can change in that time. But England seem to have their tails up now, moving the ball forward quickly. A lot more pace than previously. Confidence building. We did see in the game earlier this afternoon quick goals, and back-to-back quick goals can be absolutely devastating. Real crunching of sticks outside the D. England maintaining possession, moving it deep and dangerous. Can't quite turn it round. And the referee's going to have a chat with the Welsh captain. And the hand signal from the referee, the crossed arms above the head, means he wants the clock to stop. So he can have that chat. Clock starts again with his hand in the air. Off we go. Wonder what that was about. We've got 2 referees on the hockey pitch. They are connected by in-ear radios. They can talk to each other. You might often see one pause on a decision, wait for his colleague's recommendation. One patrolling each end of the pitch at the moment. Not always the case, but just so they can cover as much ground as possible, see as much of the action as close as possible. England again, dangerous position, moving towards the D. Back out to find some space, plenty of players back. Swiped into the centre circle and flicked away. Looks like that will be a short corner for England white. And again, could be a reverse sweep. No, too many Welsh shirts in the way. And a big whack away down the pitch. But relentless England pick it up, and no doubt they'll move forward as quick as possible. Oh, here we go, Wales. Chance here. Down the right-hand channel. 3 on 2.
Good lad, well done,
Takes it
Sean.
round 1. And that's going to be left to run out. That will be a free hit for Wales. Just outside the deep. Flicked into the centre circle. Semicircle, sorry. And back out again. There's some sustained pressure now from Wales. Not seen too much of this.
Get to the back of the circle, lads.
So what can Wales do here? Options down the right-hand side, which is taken. Lovely little draw, take it around 1, 2, into the D.
No foul, no
Picked up
foul.
by England, legitimately. Bit of a tussle in the corner. Now, I'm sure you've been watching the Olympic Games and Paralympic Games recently. 75 athletes representing Team GB at the 2021 Games in Tokyo have competed previously at the school games. And no doubt whatsoever, some of those you're watching over the next 4 days, whether it's hockey or the other 9 sports, will be added to that number. In Paris in 2024, more likely Los Angeles 2028, and their own respective sports World Cups and European Championships. This is really stage 1 of their careers, and it's one you definitely want on your CV. A lot of these people have. And if we go back to Rio, the Olympics in 2016, 20% of the British team had competed at a school games during their youth careers. So it's not a one-off, it's British athletes through and through are using this as a platform, part of their progress, part of their learning. Not just competing, but winning medals at those games too. Just 1 goal separating the 2 teams, less than 3 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. It's been an absolutely fantastic afternoon so far of hockey. 1 more quarter to come. And Wales now moving forward with a chance.
Get in the circle, lads, come on. Carry on.
Won't be a better time to score just before the final team talks. Just trying to make some space somewhere. Plenty of space out on the left-hand side, goes into the centre.
Come on, lads, up for that, please.
And through the D and out. Did have 2 red shirts on the far left-hand side, 2 options over there. Acres of space. Went the more direct route. And just squeezing out to the right-hand side of the goal. The goalkeeper under no pressure. And Wales, even when they're off the ball, managing to keep the ball inside the England half. Exactly where they need it to be. While at the same time just being aware of and ready for any England break. Always two white shirts in the Wales half. We see these long passes that can go almost the entire length of the pitch. Swings the run of play. And what Wales don't want to do now is concede with a minute left before the final quarter. 1-0, very, very manageable. No reason for panic or drama. 2-0, slightly different story. A shot from inside, just a few yards out, ripples the left-hand side of the net. And now England break. As I was just mentioning, they break very, very quickly. Got to play it in the semicircle. Player goes down just outside. No foul. And 30 seconds. This will be the last forward movement of this third quarter. It's going to go with Wales down the right hand side, looking for the long 20-yard pass down the touchline. We have hit in, 10 seconds to go.
Circle, get it in.
Last chance. Coach saying got to get it into the circle, does so. Reverse hand, oh, misses right hand side with a second to go, and there goes the hooter. It's still 1-0, but Wales have their heads up. England in the lead, 1-0, still the scoreline. Everything to play for with 15 minutes to play. And in come the players for their final team talks, final huddles, final instructions. A game really in the balance. Complete polar opposites to our first game of the afternoon, at which stage England Red were 5-1 up against England Red. It was just a matter of what the final scoreline was going to be. Very much different here in game two.
Our manager's getting it, so you're fine. Promise you. You know what I mean?
So just a couple of huddles going on inside and just outside the dugouts. I'd love to have a little listen in, but just out of ear's reach. The school games has 6 values that they try and encourage and grow. They are determination, honesty, passion, respect, self-belief and teamwork, all on display here on pitch number 2. And you'll see it throughout the entire event. I've no doubt about that whatsoever. And the players come back out onto the pitch for their final 15 minutes. Officially 9 seconds left of their break before we get back underway. And with only very small groups, only 3 teams in a group, we only get 2 group games to determine whether you go into the final, 3rd and 4th place playoff, or 5th and 6th. So the next 15 minutes is huge, really, in terms of the final group, even though it's only game number 1 for them. Next 15 minutes, this is critical. England get us underway. So what have the coaches said? What are the instructions? What are we going to see from England? They maintain the pressure they've been applying. Though arguably you could very much say that Wales at the better of the third quarter, the more opportunity, spent more time in the England half. All just being moved around fairly gingerly. Oh, and that is a poor pass, straight out of play. And Wales could take advantage, gifted this on a plate. Hit in deep in enemy territory. Nice little dink over the stick into the middle, and that could possibly be, oh my goodness me, just taken away from stick's reach from a couple of yards outside the goal. That really could have been 1-1. And all would have come from a very poor pass as well inside their own back line. And we begin the fourth quarter as we end the third, with Wales applying the pressure. This really could go any way, this game. Wales can make this pay off. But as we know in hockey, it only takes a couple of seconds for everything to change. And a score on a break, and 2-0 is a hugely different story. And it's a different kettle of fish to come back from than the one. So a bit of a cliche, but the next goal is pretty big in terms of the final result. Really at the business end. That's a crunching wood on the edge of the circle. And finally it goes the way of a free hit for England. For Wales, sorry, going in the wrong direction. So, big lad, the number 11 for Wales. Can hold the ball up probably better than any other player on the pitch, just with his size and strength. It'll be a hit in for England. It'll take a little bit of time. The ball's run right down the edge of the pitch. So we're going to lose about 20 seconds here, just on this hit in. And, a bit of a time wasting here from England, to be honest, and the Welsh manager not overly pleased. That's taken about 40 seconds to take that hit in. They've progressed it about 40 yards up the pitch as well. No ball boys or ball girls at this event. Circle England again, on the edge of the circle. Again, it's the big lad, the number 11. Takes it round 1. Lifts in the air to take it round 2, number 13. And he has to go back the way to his Welsh teammates, who got an option down the right hand side. And it's taken, moved again. And the first touch on the number 7. Just not enough contact to deflect it more towards goal. Runs out of play. And England now in no rush to take any free hits, collect the ball from the side of the pitch. No surprise, 1-0 lead, 10 minutes to play. It's theirs to lose. Real drop in tempo with the last couple of minutes from both teams. Not for want of trying from Wales. It's just a couple of loose passes that are slowing the game down too. Ball going out of play for no real reason. Unforced errors causing the slowdown. Just the break up. Can't get any rhythm. Just want to string a few passes together. Find a gap. Knock it through. A little bit of individual magic. Nobody really shining at the moment. Absolutely beautiful evening here, or late afternoon in Loughborough. We are set for a fairly nice week as well. So I know you can't be here, of course, but what you'll be watching should be sunshine and dryness. Hopefully plenty of action and fun as well along the way. My colleagues are going to be bringing you commentary from every single sport. My colleague Ian is going to be pitch number 1 in the hockey all week. I'll be taking you through pitch number 2. England just inside the 23, making a little bit of space back. Can they sneak their way into a 2-goal advantage? If you're a betting man, I think I'd put it on Wales for the next goal, to be perfectly honest. Quite exciting finish that would be as well. Dispossessed as they were moving forward. And a little deflection there, just to the yard or so to the left-hand side of the left post of the Wales goal. Don't want anything like that sneaking through. Number 3 and number 11 come on for England. And then a little swipe into the circle. Sneaks through. And that is a Wales hit. So just to give you a quick heads up on tomorrow's games. First game is going to be at 11:30. We'll be on pitch number 1. We've got a first game on pitch 2. Join me back here tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Back to pitch 1 at 1:30. And back with me at 2 o'clock. So 4 games tomorrow. They do overlap, so unless you've got 2 screens and you're a real hockey nut, you can watch 2 at the same time if you wanted to. You can watch them back afterwards, whatever takes your fancy. 4 games tomorrow. We do it all again on Saturday, and we have a real bumper Sunday with 6. Wales then moving forward. What can they do? 7 minutes to play. 1 goal separating them. Come about in the second quarter. Here's England again. Now, can they make it 2? Swipe from a distance and an angle. Very, very tight angle across the face of the goal. Wales defender finding himself in the back of the net. But the ball was not, and that's the important bit. Nice aerial shot there to the number 11. Free hit. And here they come again. Down the right hand touchline.
Come on!
And that was a clash of sticks. Free hit taken very quickly, but just outruns himself, holding his hamstring now, the number 11. Give you a slight injury there. All out of play. I could just about reach over the netting and get that one. So free hit England. Being asked to be taken quickly. They've got a bit of a reputation now, England, for slowing this down. It's been recognised by the officials. They won't let that continue. And England under pressure inside their own 23. And he has limped off now, the number 11. England teammates appreciate and winning that free hit just inside their own half. Great pass down the line, just couldn't get on the end of it to stop it. So it's a Wales hit. And slowly, for the next few minutes, the pressure's going to increase on Wales because they're running out of time. And it's passes like that which are intercepted, which they don't need to get rid of that. And England now can take advantage. Backwards hit, over the top of the goalie, palmed away. Probably closer than it looked. And again into the centre, pushed away again. And they survive on the far touchline, Wales. How many more chances are they going to get? 4.5 minutes to do so. Here they come. Options on the right hand side. Didn't look up, didn't see him maybe. Number 7 disappointed. He substituted for the number 4. And England a reverse swipe. Out of play. Still that slim advantage for England. Real business end now. Something's got to happen for Wales. England just need to hold on. They've been doing so for over half an hour now, since that goal in the second quarter. Just need to continue. Hold their line. And opportunities still move forward. They want a second goal. They want to make this a more considerable scoreline. And the tide is turning slightly. Wales in control in quarter number 3. England having the better of the fourth. Wales chance to go forward. 5 white shirts and 2 red. Finds his teammate down the right hand channel.
Keep going.
Only got 2 in the circle. Swings it wildly. Hits the side of the goal and bounces away for an England hit in. And again, it's a slow walk to the ball. Can't blame them. Less than 3 minutes to soak up. Now the Wales players needing to approach the ball before England will make those passes from the back 3. Just holding the ball up against the line as well. Every opportunity. Lovely little touch there. And again back to the defensive line. Taking up as much time as possible. Still looking for the break. And they do so. In the corner with the number 5. Which way will that go? Needs to go the way of Wales, and it does. So a real flurry of substitutions going on to my left hand side for Wales. So number 7 that comes on this time. Number 15 will come on very shortly. No mistakes now for Wales. Can't make it too easy for England. The pressure. 1 minute 40 remaining. Now just rolled into the foot for a foul. Moved away. Here we go then. Wales onto the almost the edge of the circle. Through the 23. Backed into a white shirt. And I get the impression that England are going to close this one out. Been a little while since Wales had a really significant chance. Aerial pass over the top, just missing the head of the Wales player.
Forward, lads, come on, let's go forward. Come on.
And it's that final minute. Coach calling them to get forward, get forward. A little bit of urgency in these final few moments from Wales. Being told to check the time by their coach. And
pressure the ball, come on, pressure the ball. Pressure, come on.
again, given away. England going for a reverse swipe down the touchline, out of play. Wales need to get that ball quickly.
What a coincidence.
20 seconds, boys, 20.
Not much time whatsoever. Bit of a questionable moment. The ball was going down the touchline. It was out of play, going towards the England coach, and didn't stop it. Made no attempt to stop the ball, just to burn another 10 seconds or so. And this will end in a little bit of controversy, maybe. Yellow card, in fact, for the number 5. It's kind of irrelevant because time is pretty much up, and there we go. And his final score, England 1, Wales 0. Not a fantastic end to that game, a little bit controversial. Kicking the ball away and the coach not stopping it when it was rolling down the pitch. But regardless, it doesn't affect the scoreline, doesn't affect the winning team. And plenty of fist bumps in appreciation. And the referees also getting involved. So that is our 4th and final game on day 1 here at the 2021 school games at Loughborough. Very much hope you've enjoyed it. Plenty more to come tomorrow. Plenty more sports getting involved tomorrow as well. Almost every sport kicks off, if they haven't already, from tomorrow morning onwards. So keep on the Youth Sport Trust YouTube channel, soak it all in, enjoy it. The hockey starts again tomorrow on pitch number 1 at 11:30. On pitch number 2, join me here from 12 o'clock onwards, 2 games on each pitch. But for today, thank you. Final score on pitch 2, England 1, Wales 0. Have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.